Hey guys, it's T. I decided that a couple of days ago I wanted to go ahead and make a video on how to make a cute little pair of just slip-on shoes for dolls so that you can have quick, easy access to a pair of shoes that will sit rather nicely on your doll's feet and hold them on. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So onward to the list of things that you'll need to get so we can get started. Okay, to get started, these shoes will be no-sew. You don't have to sew anything at all on them. So some of the things you'll need is hot glue gun. I prefer using a low temp on the shoes because you will be touching the glue a lot and you don't want to burn yourself too bad. Optional thing is a hobby knife set. I typically use this for the rounded scalpel style blade because that helps for cutting into the cork, which I use for my bottom base. I didn't have enough room to post everything down here, so I use this for the bottom, very bottom of the shoe. Priority mailbox is what I use. You can use any cardboard that you want or even plastic from a container, as long as it's something that you can just glue your fabric to. I'm using a bright, cheery, soft cotton style today. You can use just about anything. I've used heavy, thick knits. I've used thin, almost like a linen, and that works too. You also need a marker that's visible for your bottom, like my cork. You can also just use more mailboxes or cardboard. You can stack them up so it's nice and thick. I have, of course, pencil for outlining my doll's foot, a pair of scissors, hopefully good sharp ones. I have a second set on hand just in case, which is my really old pair. I had to actually hot glue the handles because they're starting to discolor my hands when I cut with them. So that's it for the hardware for it. You will also need your victim's feet. I have them attached to Mihail, who's in his pretty little Christmas outfit because it's that time of year. But yeah, you need their feet at least. So if you don't want to have the whole doll involved, you can just remove the feet. I know with him I have hooks, and I just want to leave his feet on because it's a pain to take off. Okay, to start, we're going to take our doll, place their foot on the priority box or whatever you're using, your base, and just trace around. I really hope I don't have to reiterate not to use ink for this, because that would really suck. You can go ahead and trace around both feet, or you can just trace around one, like I have. Set your doll to the side so you can see where the foot is. I'm going to go with the thinnest line on the inside, and over the toes, what I'm going to do is I am going to take a little extra space around the big toe and around the rest of the toes so he has a little toe room. I'm going to go darken in the lines here so that I can see exactly where I'm cutting. You want this to be nice and snug on the foot. Now you can see the difference of exactly where I'm going to be cutting along that. So go ahead, get your scissors out, give that a cut around all this, and then trace. Quick cleanup of your space, and then bring over your base. If you're doing a cardboard base for your shoes, I would advise stacking about 4 or 5 maybe 3. But 4 or 5 if you want a good thick sole on them. For me today, I am just going to be using cork, which I just take my Sharpie. I'm using the fine point so I don't get excess red around these. Of course, it'll be covered in protecting the doll's foot, but at the same time, I am overly paranoid about staining. That's why all my cloth is pre-washed. It's usually from old clothing that I get from friends, family, pretty much anyone. You can see how I'm doing this here. I'm just stacking them. Make sure you do opposite, you flip it over so that you get one of each side proper. Now I'm just going to cut these out and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so I went ahead and cut out my cloths after I got done cutting out the cork and the little cardboard piece here. What I did for the measurement is I took this, went around up to about the knuckle there, and I cut it. Then I cut out a second piece. Took a measurement for the toe, made about a little bit wider and quite a bit longer. Cut 2 of these, and then I cut a big hunk of cloth out to do the inner sole. You're going to want one of each side, but I'm going to do this real quick so I can show you. We're going to take our glue gun, and I'm just going to smear that on there. Careful about burning yourself as always. Make that cool down pretty quick. Take shears. Cut around. Cut around. Doesn't have to be completely perfect because you can always go back in and nip off the pieces that are annoying you. This will also help you remember which side to glue on. Alright, now we got that done. Going to take one of our strips. Yellow to yellow as always. You want your hemmed piece or glued piece facing upward. Make it about even. Pull it a little tighter if you can, because you want this to sit nicely. Trim off some of the excess going on here. Get rid of that bit there. Glue gun in this. Glue that back heel first. I always do the back heel first. Then you can just glue up and along the side. Fold it over. See how nice and smooth that went? That was just nice. Alright, we'll do the same for this side. Take it, glue it, fold it. Get a little glue on yourself, that's okay. Just try not to get any glue on the inside here. If you have like excess like this that you want to nip off of there, feel free. My smaller shears work better for doing that. You're going to do that to both shoes. You're also going to take your toe cloth, find out about where you want it. I want usually just big enough for my doll's foot to slide in. I also have the habit of folding it back to put his foot in, so find out where that's going to sit. You have all that excess there. Cut that off around. Flatten that down. So you have the toe. Put a dab of glue. Fold. This is where it gets a little tricky, is into here. You're going to want to dab of glue. Kind of roll that over there for itself. If you have like a lot of excess there, you can take, just clip it like that. Before I glue off the sides completely, I have another little bit that I gotta do. It doesn't have to look perfect down here because this is all going to be hidden away here in a couple of minutes by the cork. So, what we're going to do, flip open your inside, see about where this lays, and then take down a little extra towards the toe, and I'm just going to cut a nice line up through there. You can neaten this out if you want. It doesn't have to be neat. Fold it so it meets a bit. So now you have that. You're going to take your hot glue gun. You're going to glue up the fresh cuts you just made. Up and down. Be careful to try to not get this on the inside of the shoe. When you press down, you can take your finger on the inside and wiggle it down, and it'll break any glue that touches on the inside of the shoe. Next step, I'm going to glue sides down on the underside, of course. I'm going to glue that through there. And if you want to double secure this, you can take a dab. I do this on mine personally. Take a dab, put it on the inside. Just under the lip right here. Just put a little dablet. Squeeze, smush off any of the excess. If you have like bumps and bubbles that you want to get rid of, you can always nip the little piece, touch a bit of glue, and then you just smooth that under so that when you look at the top of the shoe, it's nice and round and smooth. So now we're going to move on to our next step. Okay, now depending on what you want to do for your sole, you can glue all your stack of pieces together. You can also just do like a solid piece, single piece if you want. Of course I'm using the cork. Depending on the shoe, if you want to cover up the cork on the sides, you can do like I did on these, and hot glue around the cork and just trim it off on level. These ones I'm going to leave cork showing. They're going to be his summer shoes. So go ahead and match up which one to which one. I like to have the grainy bottom show. I think that's just really cute. So I'm going to take this, put my glue stick back in. That's the only problem with these multi-temps is they're really thin. I'm going to hold on to my shoe here, and I'm going to go all around the inside with this so it looks kind of gooey. It's really because it is. And I'm going to smush these together about as close to on level as I can. So just kind of pinch it and let it cool. And when it's done, so is your shoe. Ta-da! Okay, so this wraps up the tutorial on how to make these absolutely adorable little shoes. I've already tested out, and Mihail stands just perfect in them. Voila! My boy is great. Actually, it's just because the shoes are nice and flat. I want to see pictures. If you guys are going to use this, I want to see pictures. Feel free to leave a message if you are confused or if you want like advice on a piece. Just leave me a message. I can see what I can do. Feel free to take video. Show me you making your shoes, because these are fun to do. It takes me when I'm not doing the video, it takes me about 20 minutes or so to make one pair of shoes, and those fit nice and tight on them, so they're good. So if you need to leave a message, you can leave it here on my YouTube, my Den of Angels, which I am the Magical Tea. I do accept private messages and emails from members. If you're on the BJD Addicts, in the post that this is in, you can leave questions, comments. You can even troll me. I don't care. So everyone have a good day, stay positive, and in the future I will possibly be doing more tutorials. Tell me what you want to see me make, and I will see if I can find a way to do it. Have a great day!